Let's suppose we want to run a command that shouldn't be saved in history. For this example, I'll use wget and download a file locally. And I'll download the logo image of Google. This one. Copy image location, and in the terminal, I'm writing wget, and I'm pasting the contents of the clipboard. The file was saved locally in the user's home directory. This is the file. Now the admin or other users that have access to this account can see the command I've run by executing history. What can I do? If I erase the history by running history -c, it will look suspicious. Why would someone erase his entire history? If you manually edit the history file, the command that opens the file for editing will be saved in the history as well, and it's not good. This will be saved in the history. It's not good. A possible solution is to type a space in front of a command before running it in the bash shell, and the command will run normally but won't appear in your history. Let's do it both on Ubuntu and CentOS. I'm running the who command, which will display the users logged into the system. And I'm checking the history. And of course, the command is there. Now, I'll write a white space and the command again. And I'm checking the history. And the command was not saved. Who-a was not saved. Let's do the same on CentOS. I'm writing a white space and the command. And I'm checking the history. This time the command is there even though I've added a white space before the command name. So we see that the behavior is not the same on different Linux distributions. Let me tell you in detail how that works. There's a special variable called histcontrol that allows you to ignore commands and not save them in bash history if you set the variable to ignore space. LexCX value on both Ubuntu and CentOS. Echo, a $, and the variable name, histcontrol. So, histcontrol is set to ignore both on Ubuntu. And now on CentOS. Don't forget to write a $, before the variable's name. On CentOS, the variable is set to ignore DUPS. Let's set it to ignore space on CentOS. Histcontrol, written in uppercase letters, equals ignore space. Ignore space, written in lowercase letters. Now, I'm running a command adding a white space before its name. Let's check the history. And the command was not recorded. But what will happen if I run the same command multiple times? Will it record each command or ignore duplicates? I'm running the cd command multiple times. 5 times. And I'm listing the history. We see that it has recorded each command, which maybe it's not what we really want. Maybe you want your history a bit cleaner by ignoring duplicate commands that can clutter it. You can set the histcontrol variable to ignore DUPS, which stands for ignore duplicates, the way the default in CentOS is not to save duplicate commands in history. So I'm modifying the variable. Histcontrol equals ignore DUPS. Ignore DUPS written in lowercase letters. And I'm running another command multiple times. Let's see the history. It was saved only once. Now to use both the ignore space and ignore dubs features, set the hist control variable to ignore both like is the default in Ubuntu. It will save nor the commands that are prepended with a white space, neither duplicates. Note that bash variables you set will only persist for the current session. After you log out or restart your system, the settings will be lost. To save the settings after the system reboots or the user logs out, you have to add the settings to .bashrc file in the user's home directory. We'll talk more about that when we discuss editors and bash scripting. For the moment, the easiest way for you to do that is by running echo, the setting you want to save, hist control equals ignore both, double greater than symbol, and the path to the file, .bashrc. This command has appended this string to the end of the file.